Time does move rapidly on these things, doesn't it? In fact, I was speculating this time yesterday on Sky News that the bank was likely to cut to 0.1%. The markets have been pricing that in. The timing is very interesting. Obviously, we had this huge move overnight from the European Central Bank, extending their asset purchase scheme, quantitative easing, by some 750 billion euros, which is a huge sum of money to throw at the problem. The Bank of England also, interestingly here, it's raised its QE, its asset purchase scheme, by a further £200 billion to £645 billion, financed, that'll be buying in gilts largely. The bank's explanation for this is a special meeting of the Monetary Policy Committee, and it says, in the light of actions to tackle the spread of the virus and evidence relating to the global and domestic economy and financial markets, the Monetary Policy Committee held an additional special meeting on the 19th of March. Over recent days, and in common with a number of other advanced economy bond markets, conditions in the UK gilt market have deteriorated as investors have sought shorter-dated instruments that are closer substitutes for highly liquid central bank reserves. As a result, tightens of conditions. So basically, the Bank of England is saying that there were indications that there was a credit crunch beginning to emerge. Now, obviously, we had this huge sell-off in the pound yesterday, along with in other currencies, as people basically reach for US dollars and what you call very liquid assets. In other words, assets that are easily bought and sold. And they were trying to get to as near cash a position as possible. And the pound got caught up in that. Now, that was indeed, as the bank is saying in this statement, threatening some sort of credit crunch. So that's why they've taken the action that they have done. It's worth pointing out, Tom, we've seen an awful lot of activity from central banks right around the world during the last 24 hours. In the last 24 hours, we've had interest rate cuts in Australia, and the Reserve Bank of Australia also launching a quantitative easing asset purchase scheme of its own. We've had an interest rate cut in Brazil, one of the biggest economy in Latin America. Indonesia, one of the world's most populous countries. About an hour or so ago, the central bank in South Africa also cut interest rates.